Bro. Bro. I'm a professional here. I'm glad you showed up to watch me do a silent intro. Imagine if nobody showed up for the first 15 minutes and I was just talking to nobody. Timothy's here. Timothy, have you solved how for how how I should use my Ashnar? I got him sort of built, but I don't know if it's right or anything. I didn't even have time to watch an Ashnar video today. I tried to watch one last night, but I was tired. I do have his masteries complete. I don't have a filled out. I haven't chosen a blessing. I haven't chosen a relic. I put some gear on him just to see what I could do. The difficult thing with him is I believe we want him built for defense, and I've already got some of my best nukers are defense-based nukers, so that was kind of annoying to I had to move a little bit of gear around, even though I spent like 7 hours the other day fixing my gear. I had to do it again. Stuff happens. So Ashnar is good to go as far as figuring out how to use him. Rhodos, I'm just gonna wait for like a champ training or whatever. I have him to level 50. No, I don't. At least that's the plan. Let me know what you guys think about Grim Forest. I'm kind of excited. I'm hopeful that it's as good as it could be. Let's see. Okay, at least I got the crit rate and crit damage right. I felt pretty safe about that. Increases damage inflicted to shield buffs. Okay. Let's see. We got increases damage inflicted to targets. Increases speed for each enemy killed. Sure. Let's see. Increases damage. Yeah. 30% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn if the damage inflicted by a skill exceeds 30% of the target's max HP. Let's see what we got. Methodical. Damage, kill streak. And Helm Smasher. What do you mean what happened? My 3? My 3v3? Hang on. Let me get my masteries copied first. Okay. So I'll show you I do have an extra option or two on 3v3. This is what I was running. I mean, honestly, what I do, I can usually get to, I haven't had any trouble getting to gold 4 seems like a bit much for my account. I think that might be difficult. Maybe Ashnar gets me closer, but that is quite difficult. So I've got Volcano's team. I have this team I just use when I feel like I can win a speed battle pretty easily. I don't always use that team. I use a turtle team. I do have as a backup option, I do have this Armand's White King, and Marishka team. So I sometimes throw that in if I'm not comfortable with one of these teams. So these are usually usually I can run the turtle team. Usually I can find a team that I can go up against this. If I don't feel safe, with an arbiter team. I mix it up with the so yeah, yeah, pretty comfortable with those teams. I can usually find good battles. Defensively, I don't have my defenses set up right now. Um, I can tell you what I set up uh for classic arena when I almost made plat, didn't quite get there. If I can remember it exactly, I think I went with Carnage, Duchess, Volcanos, and Marishka. Now I know you set me up with a similar team, except I think we put Marishka here and Tormund there, but I feel like the other version was working out a little bit better for me defensively. Maybe just because my Tormund's not that great. I mean, it's only 1 star, not great, not built that great. But other than that, I mean, the defense that I usually slot in is probably pretty similar to what the offense teams are. Um, I don't usually have an arbiter team on defense. That's pretty easy to overcome. So I probably just I replace that team, or I could like take out arbiter, throw in a Marishka or something. Yeah, so that's what I'm going with. So now we got to figure out, where does Ashnar fit into that, and does Rhodos fit into that? And yeah, Lamasu, Volcanos, Ashnar, Marishka. That's interesting. How would you build Lamasu though? Because I've got a couple of Lamasu options. I don't use her a ton in arena. I do have her. I have a couple presets for her. One is like my second best speed, and the other is a feral option that I mostly use for like clan boss stuff. So would you just like take Arbiter's gear and throw it on her? So I can certainly do that. I'd have to mix up my 3v3 teams for sure. I mean, she'd be a little bit slower than my Arbiter. My Arbiter is 5 star and has a better banner, I think. Also, Arbiter has the um, intimidating presence with 30%, and Lamasu has what? Same thing, but 24%. So it should be a little bit slower. Let's see. I need to. I don't know if I've made this a preset. Oh, I have. Okay. Did I make it a global yet? No, I need to make this. Let's see. Rename. Fastest. And then save as global. And then I can. Let's see. So that would get me 397 speed, which is definitely slower than Arbiter. My Arbiter's 431. Part of that, actually, the part of that is High Elves is my only faction fully filled out. So I'm getting 10 speed there. So maybe I can check this other stuff, see if I can. It's definitely slower than my Arbiter though. My legendaries are definitely filling out. I probably have 60 to 65% of the legendaries in the game now. I know that it's much more likely that I pull dupes than I don't pull dupes. Let's see. So, this is not the greatest banner for sure. Let me see if I've gotten anything better recently. I may have been trying to do a supersonic set on her at one point. Let's see. I mean, Carnage has a very good banner. I don't know if I want to steal that from him or not. This is a good banner. That'd give me +5. Let's see if there's anything worth rolling up here. Let's see, we got double speed there. Not really good enough. Yeah, I don't have the fastest banners, unfortunately. I mean, you do get the 10 speed out of supersonic third piece, but not enough rolls really. So what I'd probably do, I'd probably just steal Hefrax. I do use Hefrac, but like that's replaceable, I'm sure. He's not really like he doesn't have to be the fastest. So I'd probably just steal that, put a glyph on it maybe. But is that fast enough? 402? I guess if you're not going against like a super fast team. 70k HP, 3000 defense, could be a little better. Resistance 309. Maybe let's see. Maybe I throw her in a feral piece since I took away the supersonic. Probably the ring would be the easiest unless I have something with a huge amount of resistance. Guess we can roll it up and see. Not there. Nah, I'll probably just give her a feral ring. Or 2 pinpoints. Oops. I mean, I could give her a pinpoint ring and a pinpoint amulet. See if I can find some better resistance anywhere. Guess we'll just go with that one for now, and then hopefully an HP ring. Go with that one. Okay, so what does that get us? 416 speed, and then why don't I just change this out for a wand? A wand will get me some speed. I'm not going to level this up to 15. Let's see. I'll probably just steal it from more too. I'll probably be using him less now. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. Have to change out. Won't be looking for damage there. Let's see what kind of circles we have. Ignore defense, less effective. Not bad. I don't know if I want to use that on somebody else, but we'll put it on her for now. So that gets us 422 speed. That's a lot better. So maybe we go. Let's see. You said Lamasu, Volk. Is this the order that we want it? Lamasu, Volcanos, Ashnar, and Marishka? Is that the order that we want it? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to use. Okay, so Ashnar. I don't know if this is the final build, but I did put him in Stone Skin and Savage. I don't know if there's a better option for him. His stats aren't fully built out, but I believe our second form is what we care about most. 5,800 defense. He doesn't have a relic on or anything yet. He's only got a 1-star blessing, unfortunately. 100% crit rate, 288 crit damage. Hopefully I can get crit damage, some sort of crit damage relic on him, because that feels a little low. And then no accuracy, no resistance, really. Just put a talent on him. That's easy enough. Let's see. I mean, I've got a bunch of +9 talons. Obviously, I'd probably bump it up to 12 for him. So I can just, let's see, who do I want to steal from? I don't even know what I use Geo on anymore. I don't use Geomancer a lot. He might be on, I don't even know. Is he on my backup Demon Lord team? Let's see. I have a team where you have to use the rare for the quest. Yeah, he's on this team, but who cares? I never use that team on anything higher than like brutal. I got 3 built out Geomancers, and I kind of use one sometimes. As good as he is. Sometimes maybe Curse City or something. Maybe Doom Tower somewhere? I don't think so. I'm not sure. All right. So that got him some extra crit damage. What does it get him to? 296 crit damage. Probably bump that up a little bit. Let's see if I have. I can just use those. Okay. So now it's level 12. 301 crit damage is a little bit better. So I'll probably have to see where I can manipulate this build a little bit. I had to redo a little bit of my Marius. I actually had to complete. I made a second build or a third build for Marius last week, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to go with. This one has, it's a tiny bit slower compared to this. Crit damage is the same. Crit rate is fine, but the new build has a lot more accuracy. So now I have a decent amount of accuracy on my Marius. That was always a little bit low. His accuracy is now 364, plus, he gets the boost. It was helpful that we filled out the 3rd slot for Faction Guardians yesterday. He also has a 6-star blessing, so that helps out a lot. So he's got some okay resistance, some okay accuracy. His crit damage is really good because he has the cat's gaze. My 1 cat's gaze. He is a few, like 6 slower, but that's not the hugest deal. It's not the best, but it's okay. And then 68, 91 defense is pretty solid. But back to Ashnar. So yeah, my Ashnar, 5,800 defense, 314 crit damage. It's okay. It could be better, I'm sure. So plus 12 talent. What about blessing? Now it's only a 1-star. So I'm not going to get like the huge stat boost. What are we thinking for his blessing? So I really have no idea. Like I said, I watched like a few minutes of Drock playing with him, but Drock was trying to figure him out too. And I haven't been able to find a Cruisen video on him. He probably did a live build at some point, but good luck finding that. That's going to be difficult. I might be able to run across it, but his live videos are really long too. Sometimes it's hard to watch a 3-hour video on how to build one champion. So there we got Ashnar. Um, Rhodos, I'm hoping to just build in like 6-piece Merciless if I can get decently. Unfortunately, like it's tough to get a lot of Merciless accessories. And so a lot of mine for Undead Hordes are on my Calamitous. But I'm never going to use Calamitous and Rhodos at the same time. So I would just have to like go back and forth. Like they would just have to consistently be stealing from each other, which fortunately is a lot easier today than it used to be. Uh, I need a relic for him. Somebody was saying that what was it called? Um, like Aspect of Seroth might be really good on him. I wouldn't say I'm suffering from success. I'd say I'm doing a lot better than in years past. It took me so long to get a decent, like one decent nuker. Marius might have been my first decent nuker. Let me tell you the history of my nukers. Uh, besides the early days of having Elhain, regular old Elhain, of course, starter champion. Then for quite, let's say, maybe like 4 or 5 months, I had where is he? Mountain King was my first legendary from a Sacred Shard. And he was my nuker for 4 or 5 months. And let me tell you, just try to use a Mountain King against a Duchess team. Just try it. Let me know how it goes for you. Did not go well for me. And I was still, early game, I was so bad at this game. Say what you will about how good I am today. Maybe you think I'm good, maybe you think I'm stink, but man, was I bad at the beginning. So I was still trying to figure out affinity stuff. Man, Mountain King, a little bit rough. And then about 4 or 5 months into my raid journey, and then she was my nuker for well over a year. And then along came a fusion, and then Supreme Elhain, who is a little bit better than Ray, in my opinion, plus Void Affinity. She was my nuker for another year or so. Like my main classic arena nuker. That's what I was dealing with for the longest time. I could not pull anybody good. There weren't great fusions for that. Nothing. I had terrible, terrible to mediocre nukers for the longest time. The longest time. Then eventually, Marius came out. I got Marius done pretty quickly. Not the fastest, but after like the first people got Marius, I was only a couple months later, I think. So like now things are better. Things are definitely better. I've got Marius, Empress, Ashnar now, Leonardo, White King. I got very lucky on a 10 times there. Volcanos, one of my still probably my two favorite champions right now on my account, Volcanos and Marishka. Still love both of them. It took me a while to figure out Volcanos, and I still think I could probably do better. I'm waiting on his 6-star from the shop, which refuses to show up, but that would be huge for him. Unfortunately, I don't have the number one relic for him, but having a 5-star is pretty good. But now I've got a plethora of nukers. There's Sun Wukong. Mikey's not the best, but for a turtle team, I love Calvalax, but there's just way too much stone skin in the game. But he's super fun to go against, Orbiter teams or whatever. Yeah, I mean, the only thing holding my Marius back is my okay-ish gear. There's definitely a lot of accounts with better gear than mine. The best job of farming gear, because I don't buy energy packs, rarely buy gem packs. So okay, I want to try this out. You got to tell me what blessing though. What blessing do we put? We can put our 1-star blessing on, and then we can maybe try out, see if we can find a good team to go up against. I know, like, you want to go against HP burn teams, right? Incinerate is what I was thinking. Lightning Cage is not a bad idea either. I think we'll try Incinerate if he's dying too much, if he's getting stripped of his stone skin too. I put Lightning Cage on a lot of champions now. I go second. So should I put on Lightning Cage? Because I'm almost always going to go second. I just don't have the fastest gear in the game, which is like, yes, I outspeed like people with lesser accounts, right? But when I'm really trying to beat somebody better, they're better because they're faster than me. So I have a lot of go second teams. Okay, I'll show you my Volcanos build. I think we go Lightning Cage here, though. We'll try Lightning Cage. I can always switch. Hey, Trey. Wakey, wakey. All right. Volcanos. Plus 12 on him. Uh, Helm Smasher. And then I've got 5 pieces of Stone Skin, 4 pieces of Savage. Crit damage gloves, defense chest plate, speed boots with extra speed, defense banner, crit damage, amulet, total stats. 52k HP, 6,700 defense almost, 203 speed, 363 crit damage, 250 accuracy, 292 resistance. So you're about 11 hours ahead of us, Trey. If you just woke up. I do have Stock the Broken. Um, I know that people love him. I don't totally know how to use him. I've tried a little bit. Yeah, I know that people love Stock. I just haven't really totally figured him out yet. And I don't know if I need him, or I don't know if he fits. I'm not a Stock expert. So who do we try this against? I want to see a burn team. Unfortunately, this game is just all turtle teams. Everybody's got a turtle team now. I hate going against turtle teams because a lot of it is just RNG. I don't really have great block damage teams. Let's see. This team seems kind of dumb. Yeah, it's so early in the week. Oh, here we no, that's a bomb team. I don't know. Let's just see what the team does against a random team. Let's see. He chose to change forms. I guess it wasn't super smart to choose to go with Lamasu against a Calvalax team. Probably wasn't the smartest. Didn't think that one through. My bad. That's why I have stone skin on like all my champions usually. This kind of team works better. Sheesh, I hate Cheshire Cat because I don't have them. Sheesh, he's strong. Okay, at least we won that. Almost. There we go. Man, that guy's strong. Now I know this team's gonna work a lot better against burn teams, but those just aren't showing up. Let's see what happens here. Smart about how you use this team. Not not gonna take this up against everybody. Stock for siege, nothing else. Why is that? I really like using the turtles against Sun Wukong teams. Eh. All right. Let's see. The best way that I know to deal with the turtles is block damage, like Odin, Neve, who I don't have. I mean, my best block damage is Marishka, but the turtles are not setting that up. I mean, I could build like a Helicath or something, which I thought about doing. Yeah, I mean, fortunately, most players have at least some turtles, at least one. Yeah, now that my Marius has more accuracy, probably deal with it better. Let's see how my Marius team does. Oh, my Arbiter doesn't even have gear. So, fortunately, jeez. All right, let's see how this works. Yeah, that was a mistake. Shouldn't run an Arbiter team when your Arbiter doesn't have gear. Oh, that's annoying. Dude, stinking evade. Are you kidding me? Ooh, passive saved us. All right. Let's steal our gear back for Arbiter. Turtle teams are tricky, man. Some of it's RNG. Mikey evaded several things. All right. Now we go. Now we can do this. See if we can remove some stuff. Whew. Leo is tough. All right. That might do it. No. How about this? There we go. Leo with a good amount of resistance. And lightning cage can be tough. That's why I built my Leo with a little bit of resistance. Yeah, I mean, killing Leo is easier said than done sometimes. He's got that nice little stone skin passive. Let's uh let's show off the turtle team a little bit. Use my own turtles, see what happens. Right? Hmm. Ooh, we almost took down our Marius. There he goes. Down goes Crixia. Okay. Make sure Marius doesn't stick around. Raffi died. All right, now we just got the chicken to deal with. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, okay. Okay, we just got to make sure our own Leo gets his own unkillable up. Man, he's got a kind of slow there, but we can stun him. There we go. All right. I don't know. I feel like I could use more options. Yo, Thug, what's going on? I don't know. Maybe I use Duchess instead of Lamasu because we're going slow. Maybe I could use the reviver instead. Like, what if I put Marishka, Duchess? See how that does against a turtle team. I mean, I already have a spider team that takes like 13 seconds. Even if you have a team that takes 7 seconds, it doesn't matter because what takes time is there's like a pause between runs, you know? All right, let's see. Well, that took care of the turtle team. Leo is still scary, like, no matter what you do. I don't even know how I'd approach this team. Maybe they can take care of it. There's just so many problems with this team. I just want to see what happens. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of good speed run spider teams. I just wish that spider was more than a silver farm. Dude, you got to be careful with gear these days. See, can I fear him? Nice. Well, the fear did nothing. Thanks so much. Why did the fear do nothing? Right, you can kill me now. Come on. Let's see what happens when she dies. Well, that's not helping. All right. Can I get a turn? Come on. All right, we got a chance. That wasn't it. Oh, come on. Was that swift parry on Siegfried? That's nasty. All right. That was rough. I want to try it again. Who cares? It's freaking Tuesday. So we just need to wait out his block damage. Well, that didn't help. Sheesh, those poisons are strong. Can I revive? No. Oh, volcanoes. I love volcanoes. Okay, that was a pretty strong team we just beat. Not easily, though. Not a crazy account, but a really strong team. Did you like the I know the Dracula collab was they were pushing it hard because all the raid YouTubers were making paid advertisements for it, basically. Let's see, I just want to see one burn team show up. Oh well. Let's see how we do against a Siffy team. Kind of a low level account. They're probably not that strong. They might just burn themselves to death, which will be fun. I really liked Watcher of Realms, but I just I didn't like well what really kind of made me give up is just when they added like an extra layer to the dragon. And it was just like, okay, so the only thing that we can come up with is just making slightly harder dungeons. And like even though I had a pretty strong account, I had a lot of champion or a lot of heroes, a lot of really high level relics, but just I didn't like, you always had to just have like perfectly timed speed tuned teams. And that just wasn't that fun. Like you had to place your hero at the very split second or you had to do the run 100 times. And it just got kind of old. I had a very good account though. All right, that team was not that strong, but I kind of knew that. Ooh, this would be interesting. Probably a pretty good account. Oh, this would be a very good account. Let's see if I can pull this off somehow. 1.06 million team power. Very good account. We'll see what happens. You still don't do Abyss? Is it that hard still? I just that that really turned me off. I was like, I don't want to figure this out again. I already had a good dragon team. Whatever the dragon is called, I forget. And whatever the the Guild Boss 2 or whatever. I had a very good Guild Boss 2 team. This team's really struggling to kill my Marishka. All right, here we go. Wow. Found a and this is somebody who has Polera. So pretty advanced account. Been playing since 2020. Nothing else is that special. But player power doesn't matter much, but it means something. And obviously good champions. So I think I like that a little bit better than Lamasu, at least for my account. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a bomb poison team, and I have Marishka. That's gonna help. They almost had me too. I mean, they did wipe out my team, but I have Marishka, and I was able to revive with Duchess. So, but still, that was a good win. Um, they don't have much player power. This one's probably pretty easy too. No sense on picking on weak teams. I'm not going to learn anything from that. All right. Yeah, the new fusion bomber is just like a worse version of Nishak, it seems. I skipped him. I'm waiting on mod. I'm just waiting for converting these 85 frag. Pretty sweet. Okay, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break, guys, and uh, how I counter block damage is either I wait it out or I use Marius. I want to talk about Grim Forest. See what you guys think about that. I'll be right back. All right. You like Predator? I'm surprised they haven't had um like a Prism Shard event for him yet. I suspect that they will because they have for like He-Man and Xena, I think. I'm just not a big spender, so I'm not spending $50 on him or 40, whatever it is. Um, I typically try to avoid block damage teams if I can. Marius can deal with it under certain circumstances. You can remove it possibly with like a Torment. Um, there's always Fabian. If you have Fabian, he can remove basically anything. And then, I mean, there's Armand's can, of course, with his A2. Or excuse me, A3, sorry. No, stock is used a lot by very good players. You just have to have the right setup, and I haven't personally bothered with it. You can't do everything in the game, you know? It's like Timothy was saying, you know, sometimes you have too many options. You kind of have to do what works for your account. Yeah. To get Predator, if you don't spend the 40 bucks, you're gonna have to get real lucky or go really hard on some sort of tournament, either a champ chase or a champ training. And you're probably gonna lose. Someone will probably snipe you, but you never know. If you don't if you don't place very highly in tournaments, sometimes you get placed in very easy groups. Okay. What do you guys know about Grim Forest? Seems like actually, hold up. Let me pull up my Discord. They kind of released a good amount of information today, it seemed. You're going to need a lot of champions for this. I feel like the champions that they showed here aren't necessarily what you really want to do. I think you just need a good variety of stuff. And hopefully you don't get a team of just like 4 revivers or 5, you know, just revivers or just attack champions. You're going to have to spread it out. I'm a little confused why you need 2 teams. Like, are they going to select a certain number from each team in the deck? Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with Curse City and Faction Wars. You just need a lot of champions in this game. So yeah, we have our favorites for like arena and wave content, but for this you just need a lot of champions. And I think you're just going to want to get versatile champions Probably want some tanky champions. Like probably want your nukers to be pretty tanky. I don't know if attack-based nukers are the best way to go. Okay, so we know about the decks. I'm very interested in seeing what the bosses are going to be like. Yes, exactly. Defense-based nukers, HP-based nukers, people that have ways of staying alive. Somebody like a Freya would be really good, probably, because she can hit and she can help you stay alive. I think champions that can do multiple things will be very useful. Obviously, mythicals are going to be crazy. They're gonna they're gonna make content a lot easier. You know, somebody like Siegfried who can nuke, but he can also revive. Stuff like that. So I watched this video. It didn't really show anything. It was kind of cool looking, but it didn't really tell us much. What do you guys think about the relics? From what I saw, the rare relics were pretty bad, but maybe the Legos were pretty good. Instant turn effect sounds crazy. Whenever the wearer places a poison or bomb debuff, has a 10% chance, 35% chance of placing a second debuff for 2 turns. I think a lot of people like that. What's the mythicals do? When all the wearer's allies are dead, places a block damage on the wearer for 1 turn. Wearer ignores 10% of a target's defense. I mean, I'd take a mythical cat's gaze. About a new champ. Because I really hope that they do have like a earnable champ like Empress. Let's see, how are the epics? 20% chance to heal themselves. Okay. And under a crowd control debuff. Turn meter. Okay. Okay. Now, how easy is it going to be to get these relics? Probably going to have to do some work. I heard something about if you do trials, if you do the bosses faster, maybe you get better rewards. Still some details to come on that kind of stuff. I mean, it's easy to get hyped about mythical relics, but how many do you guys have? How easy are they going to be to get? I mean, I got 1 mythical relic because I got insanely lucky with my 1 mythical pull. I mean, it's like Mythical Champions. They came out, was it 2.5 years ago? And I've got 5, and 3 of those were freebies, basically. Oh man, I wish I had Volcanic Heart. I ended up putting mine on Wukong because my Empress is too slow. My one mythical is the Death Dealer, which is really good. Um, but basically, you die so easily, but you don't have to have crit rate on your champion. So I've been using my Sun Wukong a little more in Live Arena. He dies easy, but he dies easy anyway. So when he comes back, if he gets a turn, he hits so hard. It's a really good relic for Empress, but my Empress is just too slow. And he was just getting wiped out in his first form because you want to get him to his second form so that they kill him and then he kills them. So it really wasn't working out for me on Empress. Yeah, so I mean, I hope that the new content is relatively accessible, as long as it's not like harder than Curse City. Because Curse City, even from the beginning, I could pretty much do everything but Soul Cross. And I've been working my way up the last couple years to finally start challenging Soul Cross a lot more. I feel like if it's at that level, we could probably handle it. But if it's like faction wars hard, that'll be super on faction wars. Now that I've got more presets available, it's definitely still annoying. But like I passed another level of Sacred Order today. I got through stage 18 today. And it's only because I can move all my best gear onto every faction. Some removal. Uh yeah, I mean it should be difficult, but not like undoable difficult. Like there's levels to that. Like if you can't do it without having all the mythical champions like the Krakens, then it's stupid. What do you guys think about the new gear set? It sounds like it'll probably be pretty good. Maybe amazing. Maybe we have to see how it actually works in reality. Somebody, I don't know people's names in the Discord. Somebody was saying, I don't know if this is Thug. Who's Shugzok? Is that who is saying? Yeah, Shugzok. That might be Thug. Saying that Erroneous said that it's not removable. So that sounds kind of crazy. Shug Thug. Okay, that makes sense. I knew that they sounded similar. That's why I thought it might be him. Words. Do you guys remember when Mythical Champions came into the game? I feel it was like 2.5 years ago, but I could be wrong. Maybe it was 1.5. I don't remember. I feel like it was 3 summers ago, but I could be wrong. The gear set will cancel out go first teams. I mean, That's what we thought Stone Skin was going to do. And then there's like 1,000 ways to remove Stone Skin. And then you had the way of countering that with Lightning Cage. Yeah. Remember remember when White King and White Queen were uh like the meta for like a week? Like, we can finally counter Tarishka. It's kind of like when Cupidus and Venus were the meta for like a week. That didn't last very long. Yeah, if it can't be removed, it can't be stolen, it can't be taken away in any way. That sounds really good. Like I was saying in the Discord, I think that it's gonna take a long time to get good gear though, probably. Because you can't farm it like you normally can. You can only farm it in the sense that you can with like Merciless. It'll take time. Like you won't be able to buy it, you won't be able to farm it, I suspect. Narcisse made you into a Kraken. I got him like 9 months or a year after he came out. I got him from a 10 or 15 times event. I was going for him because I had the White Queen from the Fusion. I was sad that I missed out on him because I didn't have the shards. I got very lucky. He's very good for a very long time. He's still good. He's not, I can't use him in all the situations, but he's situationally very good. As is everything now. I think one good thing about mythicals is there's a lot of variety to the meta now. There's a lot of good champions that you can win with. There's definitely the best of the best, but there's a lot of very good champions. I don't know if you guys were all around for like the year or so where if you didn't have Taurus and Marishka, you had nothing. Like if you wanted to be like top and plat, you just had to have those two. Players quit over it. Like I don't know if you guys remember like Mac Chan. I believe he quit because he couldn't pull one or the other. I think Marishka couldn't get him. You couldn't get him. You couldn't win. Now there's a lot of good mythicals. Yeah, I literally only use Quintus for my Sand Devil team, and it's because he has an unresistible defense down. It's just like, I mean, he's really good, but like I don't need him anywhere else. Not really. So like he can do damage to Hydra, but I don't need him there. He can be a decent damage dealer in arena, but he's not the best. I've got other options. I found this Sand Devil team on the Hell Hades Extractor, and I rebuilt it, and it works. So Quintus, for all the work I put into getting him, he's on the level of Adeline. What's her name? Adeline on my account. Got one use. So let's see. Quintus. I do have a couple videos out on my Sand Devil team, but his A2, decreased defense, can't be resisted, or these effects cannot be resisted or blocked. So he always lands it, and it just helps me take down the Sand Devil team. Okay, a really well built Narcissus can do a lot. Mine is built okay. Yeah, and Tim pointed out that it is a Siegfried counter, and I have been trying that out a little bit. The White King and Queen still have their uses, just not as good as they were when they first came out. That's all. They're still very good. Don't get me wrong. I still use them. Your clan leader pulled Joan. What do you guys think about Joan? Is she gonna be like top tier? She's just very good. I haven't seen anybody use her yet. I haven't run into her. She's brand new, so there's not a lot of them out there. I didn't really watch any videos on her either. I don't really I don't really watch videos when like new mythical champions come out because I just assume I'm not going to get them. And then I just wait to see if people use them. And then I wait to see how people use them. And then I try to figure out how to go against them. So I kind of learn by experience most of the time with mythicals. A plus S, I mean, there's a big difference between A plus and S to me. A plus is like A plus feels very situational, and S feels like you can use them way more often. I mean, Carnage, I've seen a lot of people use Carnage a lot more lately. Some people have like insane accuracy on him, which is really annoying, and some people have insane damage on him, which is also really annoying. And you don't know what you're going up against with him. It's kind of like Lazarius. Like, are you going up against a speed Lazarius or are you going up against a damage Lazarius? Well, there are people with like well over 800 accuracy on their Carnages, which is really annoying for my Marishka. I really don't like that. But there's also Carnages that hit really, really hard. Some people seem to be able to do both. I do kind of okay in either. That's why I don't use him the most. If I had better builds for him, I would use him more. Just had to turn my heat down. Mithrala is really easy to build, but she's not. She's really kind of early to mid game arena. Really mid game. You don't have her early. Uh, Nobody in the upper end really uses Mithrala in arena. I don't even really use her in Hydra anymore. I use her a little bit in Doom Tower, and then like Faction Wars, Curse City. Yeah, I mean, I used her for a long time in Hydra, but like I just have other ways of keeping the team alive and other ways of getting hex, so I don't really need her anymore. She's very good. I used her for like 3 years or whatever in Hydra. I just don't need her anymore personally. Let me just say if I saw somebody use her in live arena, I'd be very, very happy because I know I'm gonna win. It's pretty much over if you're using Mithrala at the upper level. There's a big difference between like progressing through live arena and being in gold 4. When you start going up against mythicals, like well built mythicals, when you got to go up against Queen of Hearts and Neve and Tarishka and all these stupid Arbeuses, these crazy carnages that I've been seeing lately. Honestly, if I see Mithrala in live arena, I assume that, oh good, I get my bot victory. Oh, I totally missed your comment on Joan. She's apparently very useful in Siege, Chimera, and Hydra. Siege, she's situational. Chimera, she needs a buff spread with her on a team. I mean, to be honest, guys, when it comes to mythicals, I want them to be good in arena. Live arena, classic arena. Siege, fine. The way my clan does Siege, uh, I just don't worry about Siege. We pretty much win whenever we want to. It's not particularly challenging. Um, Not the way that we do it. And the clan bosses, that's not really where I want to be using my mythicals. There's enough legendaries out there to do the job. When I pull a mythical, I want Ashnars a lot more than I want Calamitous. Calamitous I have been using in my Hydra team. He's fine for that. He's good for faction wars, Curse City. But I really, if I'm pulling a mythical, I want somebody to help me out with Live Arena in particular. The new Void Orc is supposed to be a Grim Forest champ. Are there videos out on him? Did I tell you guys that I went up against the man himself? I think I posted in the Discord, but I went up against Crypto the other day, like last week. Now, about a month and a half ago, I gleefully explained how I beat. Who is it like? He was like number 9 at the time. I don't know if it's this guy. It might have changed. Like the number 9 player on all points. I'm not sure where he is now. It was a different story going up against Crypto. This guy beat me so fast, so hard. Boom, 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 boom. Dead, 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 dead. It was not close. It was not even close to close. I stood no chance of beating Crypto no matter what I did. I think I chose Marius. Uh he took Empress, and then he took, probably Galathier. Some crazy champions. I forget who. Maybe Nice. I don't know. Blew me out of the water, guys. Crypto absolutely smashed me. It was. Maybe I can find that picture. think it was this one. Yeah. Okay, so he had Imbris, Galathier, Prixia, and Commodus. And even though I had Marishka on the team, it did not matter. I did not stand a chance. It was not close. Everybody else I faced that day was really easy. Like I think I went like 9-1 or something. But that one was crypto. I mean, normally I was just gonna back out, but then I saw who it was. I was like, oh, this guy has 200,000 some points. And then I saw the name. Don't go up against crypto. There's a reason why he's got a 90% crit win rate. I don't know why he faced me. I did not even have a lot of season points. I guess he had to go up against somebody and they picked on me that day. But that's the worst beating I've ever had in Live Arena. So if you see a name like Crypto with 254,000 plus points, you could just back out. Unless you just want to see what the beating feels like. You're not going to win. Timothy maybe could pull a sneaky, but I'd be surprised even at that. You ever face Crypto Timothy? Are you still out there? You got any war stories of beating Crypto? That guy's account is insane. Oh man, I hope friendly battles are really coming. Did they officially announce that, or was that like leaked, or was that just speculation? It's hard to keep track of all this stuff. You did beat him once? Nice. Hey, I said it was like going against prime Michael Jordan. I can't dunk you guys. I'm not beating him. Like maybe if you're a really good player, maybe if you're a pro player, you can make a shot. It was not happening. Friendly clan PvP battles comes in 2026. Just clan? It'd be really nice if I could do like a tournament with you guys just for fun or something. We'd make Timothy use all epics. He'd be like, I don't have epics on my account. I only have mythicals. Yeah, I I had a clanmate say that he had to go back to back to back against crypto too, and it did not go well. It was a little bit humbling. I mean, I already knew that I did not have that kind of a just to feel that difference. Just how quickly. It's like for me if I see like a one man team or like an all epic team or something, I'm like, "Oh, easy win." Team like this where like it's basically impossible that I lose this. That's what crypto going up against me is like. Just smacking around a child. Not fair at all. There we go. Do you know, Timothy, does crypto have like, is it a bunch of people? Is it like four guys running the account or something? I mean, he definitely has some cash. Who's Nastya? Sounds Russian. Spend all this money on the account and you don't play it yourself. I don't get it. Like, why not just be like Scrooge McDuck and just swim in your money or something? If you just want to show off how rich you are. Okay, so it's a team. Well, one of those team members beat me up. Are you pushing for like are you doing much live arena lately? Or did you decide to chill out on that for a while? You're not pushing? What about classic arena? You been going for plat? Scrub, did you make plat this last weekend? I didn't see any car or anything. Gear grinding. I've been on a Sand Devil and Phantom Shogun's Grove grinding phase. Trying to get all my ascensions decent. There's just never enough dust. Let's see, I need to build all these champions. Yeah. What are the odds of getting the avatar? Is it like 10%, 5%? Like how unlucky are you? Well, yeah, obviously it's 0% for you. But like for normal people, am I free to play? Not quite. I'm a very low spender. I have bought some gym packs. For the most part, I spent like $70 in the game over a course of 4.5 years. So pretty low spender, but not zero. Not quite zero. I bought the monthly gym pack like a month ago for the first time in like 3 years. Oh, you just started. Cool. What brought you into the game? Was it Alien versus Predator, or you just see like an ad or something? Yeah, $70 in 4 years is like it's almost like spending negative money in this game. You don't want to know what Timothy has spent in this game. Zeros than 70. I was free to play in Watcher of Realms, and I was pretty good at that until I quit that. But I could reasonably reach Overlord. So I didn't have like the best account or anything. I had a pretty good account. That's a little scary. You don't even know what you spent. A few years ago, they had this like weird thing on the like a website where you could like accidentally how much somebody had spent. Okay, who's your free champions? Uh 2xxp is that? I assume that's how you say your name. Yeah, 6,000. How many years is that? 3 years, 2,000 a year. So you're spending like 150, 160 bucks a month or something. Quick, quick math in my head. Not the best math. Let's see. Oh, I gotta put gear on all these champions. All right, Taragi, where are you? Let's see, Islin. Let's see. 150K is the start of whale territory. Well, I mean, it kind of depends on how long you've been playing. I mean, that sounds high for a whale. Maybe, maybe mini kraken. Huh, you joined during Newt. How many Newts do you have now, though? You got Tholen. Tholen's amazing. To Honorak and Venomage are very useful. Don't build Lightsworn if you can avoid it. If you haven't already, build Tholen first. He's going to help you the most early game. To Honorak is going to be very good, especially for Hydra when you get there. And Venomage is very useful for faction wars and some other stuff. But I built Tholen first. He's an amazing nuker. He's going to get you through campaign. Let's see, who else was I building here? He's built. He needs something. I I do not know enough about Xenomorph yet. I haven't touched him because I'm waiting for the 5-star soul. We don't even have the 2-star yet. But Dolan, I remember trying him out before I even had a soul, and he's still very good. Let's see, who else did I need built? Ugo. Oh, Ugo's built. Okay. Let's see how this works. I only have 5 mythicals, and 3 of them were like earnable, basically. And then I've only pulled 2, and they've been out for like 2.5 years or something. I just pulled my second from a shard yesterday. They're very, very difficult unless you spend money to get them. Or if you get insanely lucky. I mean, you could get 2 primal shards and get 2 mythicals, technically. I mean, Dolan, I don't think he's that stat heavy, is he? I've got an alarm set because we got Wolf on the Shelf that we have to do every night. That's a secret. You're only missing Joan, Timothy? Should have cracking harder yesterday. I don't know why you're waiting for Christmas. Unless you're waiting to pulling all your shards on stream. You never built Dolan. He's good. Especially for Dwarves Faction Wars. Have you already beaten Dwarves Faction Wars? I use him over Trunda. I don't really use my Trunda very much anymore. Because I'm way too lazy to try to build a Trunda Hydra team that is worth it. As much as I love Trunda, she was like one of my favorite players when I started playing the game. Still really like her, but I don't have the setup to do a Trunda team, and the Titus team is annoying enough. Is there a reason why you think the end of the year event is like more worth pulling during? I don't remember there being like a big camp chase tournament or something. Like, is this just like what you feel like doing? Or is there something special that you think is coming? Yeah, Thug, I would build Dolan and try him out in Faction Wars. Especially if you wasn't the 5-star soul free or very attainable? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I have the 5-star. I don't remember how I got it. I don't know if it was a Titan event or what. Those were just Titan events, though. Like, I did those, Thug. All right. Yuck. Yuck. I don't even know if I have any mythical 6-star pieces. Chaos ores. I don't know if those are even worth keeping. All right, we got 2 keys. I should be able to do Amius tomorrow. My kids started feeling sick tonight, so if I don't show up tomorrow, it's probably because they got me sick. Hopefully not. All right, here's a place I use Mithrala. Let's see if she's built right now. Yes, she is. Okay. 2 cold heart. Oh, I can just. Actually, cold hearts are really good for this. All right, cold hearts. I've got 2 6-star cold hearts that I hardly ever use. Anything. You'll do anything? Well, I wish I could sell you some. How many mythical relics do you have, Timothy? Ooh, nice hit, Cold Heart. Six, 7. Well, that was easy. Hey, this is a family-friendly channel, Thug. Whatever you're thinking, keep it to yourself. Oh, let's see. I gotta go this way tomorrow. Okay. Stock's not gonna be useful here. How about Artur? I never use that guy. Oh, you need a ring, my friend. Literally anything will do. Let's see. I guess we'll use this guy. Sure, why don't we use Leo's gear on a freaking Blizzar? What could go wrong? I started with Elaine. Honestly, try to move past your starter as soon as possible. Um, do you? You'll get Xenomorph in a few days, I assume, like maybe 4 days. I would use Xenomorph probably or Tholen. I would build Tholen, but some people are saying Xenomorph. I haven't used my Xenomorph yet. Yes, it's Elhain. There is no Elaine. Come on. You had to know that. He's on his 3rd day. He probably just assumed it was Elaine because Elhain's not a real name. Probably. Maybe it is. Somewhere. Okay, let's see. I can throw my volcanoes in there. I can throw a Titus in there. Let's see. Helicath is probably not geared. Put Leo's gear on him now. If I can find it. And she could probably use whatever. That'll probably do. So 6? No, 7. I don't know the names of the mythical relics. I can't even remember the one that I have, what it's called. And I just looked at it. I I've said it a bunch, but I just don't pay attention to stuff that I just don't have. 8, 2DD, 3 crowns, Janang, and Polytope. Oh, I thought you said, and you want covetous passion. Okay, I misread that. That's 8. Gotcha. Death Dealer. Death Dealer on Sun Wukong, because my Empress is too slow. He was dying in his first form. At least in the team that I had him in. Okay, we get some free refills on this. Let's, she's built. They're probably not. But she's easy to build. And Venom Age, he's built. Okay, this will probably just work. Looks like it worked in the past. Troggy's still built. I'll throw him in the team. That'll probably work. You got all the Supreme. Oh, you got all the Supreme versions of the starters. I got Gaelic was like my third void from a shard, third void legendary. I used him in Hydra for quite a while. Now it's like faction stuff, Curse City, whatever. Fortunately, never got Supreme Kale or Ethel. I'd be pretty sad if I pulled either one of those. Very late 90s skate park vibe. Well, if this wasn't a sport team, yeah. When I lived in SoCal, I dressed a lot more punk. But that is what I prefer to listen to. I'm big into pop punk. So sometimes I do pull off that vibe, but I am not a skater. I tried to learn to skate in college and I twisted my ankle and I was on crutches for 2 weeks. So I'm not that cool. All right, I am out of Curse City keys. All right, I got to rebuild my main champions. This is the hardest thing to remember to do every day. Is I got to put gear on the champions I actually use again. This is the annoying part of the free gear removal. It's the one drawback that I foresaw coming because I played Watcher Realms. changing gear all the time is kind of annoying, but it is now necessary. It does make content easier to do, for sure. But it is kind of annoying to have to do this all the time. Like an emo punk mom who's depressed. I mean, that felt a little redundant. I still need to find a good cardio, hard, speed, Fire Night team. All right. Now I got to put a bunch of champions back in the vault, which is the other annoying thing. Let's see, I'm going to need her out. Leave her out. You go away. You go away. You go away. Goodbye. 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 All right. Little semi-daily ritual I got to do now. Because I only leave out typically the champions that I'm using for live arena, so they're easier to find. You wish that you were a reptilian or an orc. You'd make a very good smith wife to a chieftain. Thug, I don't know what you took tonight, but you need to like eat a sandwich, chill out, come back to reality, my friend. How many ankles do you have, Timothy? I thought you only had one. So you can't say you have the weakest ankles. Is that weakest ankle? Clearly, Thug. That's what I'm saying. You need to chill out. I told you, family friendly channel. Friendly for my family if my kids ever watch the stream. I don't really I don't really stop you guys from saying anything, but I just don't say bad stuff. Just don't get too weird. There's levels of weirdness. I know we're all adults here. Young you. I've got like it's really weird. Every joint on my right side I've injured. I've got a bad right ankle. I've got a bad right wrist. I've got a bad right elbow. Like everything happens on my right side. I've got tennis elbow on my right side. I don't know why. My left side's totally fine. Every stupid thing I've done to hurt myself was on my right side. My right rotator cuff I tore last year. This is not the Joe Rogan podcast. We don't need to get into conspiracy theories. I'm not saying they're all wrong. I'm not saying they're all right. I'm saying that's a different show. That's where you're wrong, Timothy. Tony Hawk is still doing kick flips. He's pretty old. He's like in his 50s. I am not the one that brought up the tiger and lion and bears. I did not start that. It was better than talking about whatever was going on in Raid last week. Raid was kind of boring last week. But I did not start that. I don't know if it was Trey, but Trey definitely dug that hole a little bit deeper. He tried to get me copyright struck. I did get a copyright notice and I had to edit out that whole video from my stream. Thugs, Chieftain, and Lizard. I don't even know. I don't even know where that conversation would go. I don't even know what you're talking about. What's my tips for new players? Look, a player actually trying to learn something about the game. How about that, you bunch of weirdos? Uh, you know what? Let me finish up this fight real quick and we'll go through some stuff. Okay. First of all, you'll notice right now that if you're in a good enough clan, it's a clan versus clan tournament. Now, this is called a regular one. It's the one that we pretty much completely ignore. In 2 weeks, there's going to be one with what's called personal rewards. That's the one that you want to go harder on. You'll learn that over time. But the most important thing for an early player is you really want to improve your Demon Lord team over time. There are plenty of teams, but you're going to need a lot of champions in this game. And it's going to take you a long time to get them unless you spend a lot of money. Your progression is probably going to be pretty slow at the beginning, but you got a nice start because you got some free champions. But Demon Lord is like the number one way you're going to get free shards daily. Like as you progress, when you get to Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare, you can get even Sacred Shards. But even on easy, you can get blue shards and purple shards. You can't get red shards from the Demon Lord. There's not a whole lot of places that you can. Don't worry too much about that. You're probably just going to get them from like daily logins. So you do want to log in every day. If nothing else, you get your free daily rewards, even if you're busy that day or whatever. You definitely want to try to get all your daily quests done every day. You should be able to do that. Dailies, weeklies, even monthlies. Some of the advanced quests, that's going to take you a little bit of time to be able to complete some of those. Probably within a few months, you can get all those done as well. Dude, you guys just spam the heck out of chat. I did not keep up with that at all. I'm trying to help out this new player, guys. Whatever you said, I hope you're cool. Honestly, very early on, it's going to be difficult to advance much in Tag Team Arena. Don't worry too much about it. Do what you can. You will want to try to build an arena team. like a very good arena team. Uh, the number one thing that you need to know about it is that speed isn't the most important thing that you need. Um, you need a speed lead. 30 days in, you'll get a champion called Haikatoon. She could do that for you. You'll have missions in the game. You'll want to get Arbiter as soon as you can, but it'll probably take you a few months. Over time, maybe you go for Ramontu or Marius. Don't worry about that too early. Don't worry too much about stuff that you can't do. Focus on what you can do. Do your dailies. Build lots of champions. What you want to do right now is build lots of champions and try to get a lot of gear. Progress through the dungeons, get more gear. Haikatoon, you can use Haikatoon for a very long time. Not forever. Like eventually she just becomes like a very situational champion, but the number one thing that you're going to need to do early on is just you get a lot of champions. But you want to build the right champions, and not every champion is build worthy. You can go on different websites. A very popular one, I'm going to type it out, hellhades.com. They have a ton of free guides for how good champions are. Another one that you might consider is Ayumi Love. See if I spell this right. .net, I think it is. You guys are all over the place tonight. You guys are weird. Yeah, so you just get a lot of champions. If you spend money, that's a whole different question. It sounds like you're probably free to play, at least for now. If you're a very low spender like me, you might consider getting. Let me see if I can find it. The best deal that you can get in the game probably is daily gem packs. You get 2,140 gems a month. It's a pretty good deal for $10 if you spend money at all. I would recommend filling out your mine if you're going to be a long-term player. You'll basically get your gems back over time and then free gems forever, basically. Guardian Ring. Now, I've only filled out one of mine, but some people like to fill out all of these, and that's a very good way of quickly building a lot of champions. Some people like to spend on these passes. Predator is a very good champion. I'm not going to spend money on him myself. I don't think I personally need him, but for a new player that wants a very good champion, probably be pretty useful for you if you spend money. If you're going to buy shards, be very careful on how you buy shards unless you're planning on whaling out. Some people like the monthly pack. Some people highly recommend this. You get some gems, you get some energy, you get some shards. I don't know. I don't know if I would do that. Some people really like that though. Be very careful. If you're gonna buy shards, generally, I think you want to buy ancient shards for about $1. You want to buy primals for about $5 a piece, and void shards for about 2.5, I think. Maybe 2 if you're really lucky. Whatever you do, don't buy sacred shards. They're not worth it. They're not a good deal. One thing that you will want to think very heavily about is we have what's called a 2 times event fairly often, about every other week for a different shard rarity. So, like yesterday, we had 2 times primals, right? And so you had twice the chance of getting a mythical champion, a legendary champion, or an epic champion compared to normal. Let's see. We also have like 10 times or 15 times events, progressive events where you have more likelihood to get specific champions, but you're so early game that you just want a lot of champions. So don't worry too much about that. Worry more about 2 times events. Like, say, you have twice the chance of getting a legendary from an ancient shard. That's when you want to use your shards. Don't use them every day. Build the champions that you have. Focus on Tholen to Hanorok. Build the champions that you have. Wait for a 2x event for specific shards. So most players will do that. Very in-game players who spend a lot of money, they'll go after these progressive chances where they try to get a specific champion, but you probably don't want to worry about that for a very long time. Dude, Trey, he is not ready for a theory craft on a clan boss team that he has champs now. He's got like 5 champions. Just use those 5 champions. Get more champions, then we can talk about that. Now, every month or so, about every 4 weeks, we have what's called a fusion. Sometimes it's a fragment fusion like this where you collect fragments. Sometimes it's more of a classic fusion where you gain champions and then you fuse those champions together. These are a little bit easier. Now, I purposely did not finish this one, but you don't need to worry about all that stuff. It's a very good way of getting very good legendary champions. Now, the most overpowered champions in the game are mythical champions, but they're very hard to get unless you spend a lot of money or you spend a lot of time in the game. So don't worry too much about mythicals unless you're going to spend a lot of money. They've been out for like 2.5 years, and I have 5, and I'm a pretty end-game player. I've been playing for 4.5 years, and in the last 2.5 years or so that mythicals have been out, I've gotten 5. I got my 5th one yesterday. Don't worry too much about those unless you spend a lot of money. Try to get legendaries, a lot of epics. There's only 5 or 10 rares that you're ever going to care very much about. Land boss is not that easy. It's easier. You think in 2 weeks you can do Nightmare? Not spending money? With what champions? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to spend money, set a budget and stick to it. It's very easy. If you have like a gambling issue in your life, be very careful. This game can get very expensive very quickly if you're trying to keep up. Otherwise, set a budget and stick to it. Don't go too crazy. $100 a month? Okay, well that's a different story. Uh Definitely start probably with this monthly pack. Um Look for very like I told you what a shard is worth. So look for very good deals on that. Don't buy skins. They're kind of stupid and useless in this game. Don't buy like gear until you really know what you're doing. We can talk more about on another night about like how to gear champions. You definitely want to learn how to gear champions the right way. Energy packs can be very good. Like this is a pretty good energy pack deal. Soul stones are very important, but you don't have enough champions to really be worried too much about buying soul stones. It's kind of difficult to get the one you really want unless you just get a bunch. Don't buy these like the veteran pack, the expert progress. These aren't good deals anymore. Like very early in the game they might have been okay, but they're very bad now. Um buying from like buying from the bank is a terrible idea generally. Some of these packs like this is a good deal for like one ancient shard, $1. This is a normal deal, $5 for a primal single pack. Like I said, about $1 a piece for a blue, about two and a half bucks for a void, $5 for a primal. That's generally a good deal. Yeah, the number one thing really that you need to know about this game. Some people have called it wait Shadow Legends. You got to learn when to use your resources. There's always events and tournaments going on. Always. Focus on those events as much as you can. Obviously, you also have challenges and missions that you can focus on. Those are important early game, but you get through those. Um, like right now, there's a Sand Devil tournament going on, so I'm focusing on Sand Devil. You won't get there for a little while. Don't worry too much about it. It's a pretty difficult boss, especially early on. As you get more champions, more gear, things become easier. What you'll always say to yourself is you need more champions and you need more gear, and that hardly ever stops. Like, if you have enough champions, you feel like for a certain amount of time, well, then you probably want better gear to make them better. If you have enough gear for a certain amount of time, you probably want more champions. You're always going to want one or the other or both. Yeah, it is very important to get souls on your champions. They're very useful. You get what's called a blessing. So, like my Lady Mikage, she's got a 5-star blessing, cruelty. You'll have to learn. There's a lot to learn in this game because the game's been around for like 6+ years now. So they add a lot of stuff. But you get those blessings from soul stones. Um, Mortal soul stones you can get for about 50 cents a piece. What do immortals cost? Like $3 a piece or something? Maybe get 3 for $10. I forget. Eternals are pretty expensive. I probably wouldn't buy those until you're like end game at least. But there's also this soul merchant. So if you have some of these coins, you can buy specific souls for champions. So be on the lookout for the specific champion that you have and want. Let's see. I haven't totally caught up with everything chat has been saying. But yeah, now personally I stream about 3 nights a week. Usually like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, sometimes Thursdays, sometimes Sunday. But come hang out with us if you have questions. You know, me or one of the guys in chat, they have a lot of good ideas. I don't know everything about the game. It's hard to know everything about the game. We're always learning. We're always trying new things. If somebody says a champion sucks, they might. They also might not. Everybody has their own bias, and also the game changes. Sometimes a champion that sucks for 5 years suddenly becomes very good. Yes, I have a Discord. Try the link in the description, see if it works. If not, let me see if I can add a link. Let's see if I can put a link into the description. There we go. There we go. Most of the guys that hang out in chat are in the Discord too. I'm not like the biggest streamer in the world, but if this is the time you're awakened on YouTube, not too many people are streaming Raid at this time. I live on the west coast of America, and most people are asleep right now. But people who are awake and like watching Raid videos, Raid live streams, they come to my channel. Not too many people streaming this late at night. Thanks, Timothy. I could use a little more love, a little more subs. It'd be really nice to get to 1,000 subs someday. That'd be real nice. Yeah, I mean, one thing you'll notice is we all all the people in chat kind of know each other. I've been doing YouTube videos for like 2.5 years or something now, maybe 3. But I've been streaming for the last 6 months almost. So most of the people that kind of hang out here, hey Angelo. Not all of us do crack. I can't speak for all of the viewers. I don't know what they are on, but I'm a family friendly streamer, I'd say. I don't know how many people care about that. Most people who watch the channel are middle-aged dudes. They don't care, but sometimes my kids pop into the channel, so I keep it. I mean, I would keep it clean anyway, but I keep it extra clean for them. Get to the 1K and we have big stream. Yes, sir. I'm gonna see how things work out. I was thinking about maybe doing a Saturday stream this weekend, guys. So keep your eyes open for that. It kind of depends on if my kids get sick and if they get me sick. If I get sick, sorry. They all have kind of like a little bit of a sore throat. So I'm not streaming through a sore throat. Hopefully I don't get it though. We'll see. Okay, well I am your channel then, because just about every other raid YouTuber probably does use a few bad words. Vitamin C. See if I have any. I don't know. I'm on so many supplements. So many vitamins and supplements. Yeah. If you don't like the swear words, don't read chat, because some people do, but nothing too bad. Nobody's too crazy here. Oh yeah, am I a budget MTG Jedi? He's very family friendly too. So is Tyraku. I don't know how many other people are. Nobody's mean here. If they were, they wouldn't last long because we're all pretty cool with each other. Really appreciate you guys too. You guys make streaming fun. I'm not the biggest streamer, but you guys make it a lot of fun. If I was just talking to myself, right, this is not the game where like I can just talk to myself and stream it. I would be so bored without you guys. But we all learn from each other. You know, I learn from these guys all the time. They bring out good points. I'm wrong sometimes, but I do know quite a bit about the game too. What was for dinner? What did I have for dinner? Some kind of broccoli and pasta. Just a little bit of pasta, and then I had like a Greek yogurt. I'm trying to keep pretty high protein, but I need a little bit of fiber too. Help out with the gallstones I had. Timothy's a kraken. Scrub is a mini whale. Well, Timothy's a mini kraken. Scrub is a little bit of a whale. Doug is a little bit of a little bit of a whale, maybe. I'm a baby spender. I'm a minnow. I'm not free to play, but I am the minnowiest of minnows. Chicken, broccoli, rice. Yeah, I eat rice. I eat a lot of chicken and rice. Not so much the last couple weeks, but a little bit. Um, I really like chicken wings. But I'm kind of on a deal right now where I have to eat a lot of small meals. So try to keep the protein up. Um, I go to the gym a lot. I don't talk about that really, but just trying to get stronger all the time. Trying to lose some weight now too. So I'm kind of on a cut, which is super not fun, but healthier. A dolphin. There's so many levels of the sea. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of spenders in the game. You do you, just like I said, stick to a budget. It's pretty smart. Um, Otherwise, it can get out of hand pretty fast, especially if you have like an addictive gambling personality. I'm too poor for that because I don't have 1,000 subs yet. Okay, guys, it's actually getting late now. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully, I'll be back tomorrow night. If my kids didn't get me sick, I should be. And hopefully, we hear more about the Grim Forest tomorrow. You guys are weird. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Myler Wednesday. If you haven't already like the video, subscribe to the channel. Most of you guys are subbed already, if not all of you. But definitely like the video. Maybe more people will watch it. And I need to work on like some shorts and stuff and some normal videos, but we'll see. Peace out, guys. See ya.